What's up, money lovers? Welcome back. So today we're going to do a quick analysis of Unity stock. I've made another video on this in the past that I'll link down below in the pinned comment. And just to wrap up, some quick key points from that video, and then we're going to get to their earnings report and some other very exciting things going on with this company. Unity is primarily a gaming company, but they have a lot of non-gaming industry use, and that's actually growing. There's three main segments Unity operates under, which we'll take a look at how each performed this quarter. 61% of mobile games are made using Unity software, and the mobile gaming market just continues to grow each year. So this is absolutely huge. Unity captures a huge chunk of that market share. So let's get to their Q4 earnings and some other exciting things. Unity software reported a very strong Q4 here. Revenue of $1.1 billion in 2021, up 44% year over year and exceeding their guidance. And they're guiding to a range of growth of between 34 and 36% revenue growth in 2022. So in the fourth quarter, they brought in revenue of $316 million, which is up 43% from the same period in 2020 and ahead of their guidance. The company's following through on what they're saying. They exceeded their guidance, and hopefully we can expect the same thing to happen in 2022. Maybe this is even being a conservative estimate. Maybe they do grow more like 40% or 43% again. And the CEO, John Riccitiello, said, "We believe the transition from linear 2D to interactive real-time 3D presents a massive growth opportunity for the next decades. There are strong tailwinds that help us drive growth for years to come." So Unity is a popular metaverse play too, and as you can see here, they have a big partnership with Oculus, and they're actually expanding on that strategic partnership. So they expanded on the partnership. Unity is providing 3.3 million strong Unity development community with cutting edge tools to create incredible virtual reality experiences for the Oculus Rift and Oculus VR store. So this is great to see. These are two companies I follow. I own Facebook stock, so I'd love to see the partnership with them there with the Oculus segment. And this could be mutually beneficial for both here. But the fact that Unity is getting involved in the Oculus, these potential future modes of gaming, I think is great for the company. And some of those things, as I mentioned earlier, that Unity is involved beyond the gaming sphere. Unity's tools are also used in industries such as automotive design, construction, and filmmaking. They recently acquired the Voyager Digital, which was involved with a lot of the effects for Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, the movie Avatar, Planet of the Apes, the list goes on. And they acquired that, so they're just expanding their toolkit and what they're able to do, beyond just being a gaming company. Unity went public September 2020, and since then they've averaged 43% revenue growth, which is just incredible to see. I'm curious to see if this pace of growth will keep up, or if they timed their IPO so that they would, be capturing much of their peak years of growth here. But the fact that they are guiding for 34 to 36% growth in 2022 and continue to improve margins, all great signs. They seem to follow through on their guidance. Now onto the segments of Unity. So there's three segments. There's Create Solutions and Operate Solutions, which are the main two. And then there's Strategic Partnerships and Other Revenue, which is a smaller segment. But anyway, Create revenue was almost $100 million, an increase of 49%. Operate Solutions revenue, almost $195 million, an increase of 45%. And then the smaller segment, Strategic Partnerships, was $21 million of revenue, up 12%. Compared to the fourth quarter of 2020. So some very great high growth rates here. Now, one negative of the company here is they are not yet a profitable company. They had a loss from operations of almost $145 million, which is actually up quarter over quarter. The fourth quarter of 2020, their loss from operations was only $80 million. And they're saying that these results were impacted by an increase of stock-based compensation expenses. So we're going to take a look at their balance sheet in a minute. There's definitely many pros and cons I see to this company, and we'll get to that. Now, Unity is greatly growing their customer base here, 1,050 customers, each generated more than $100,000 in revenue for Unity in the last 12 months as compared to 793 during 2020. So they're growing those large customers, and hopefully as they retain these customers, Unity seems to be a very sticky platform. This should drive up profit margins in the future. So full year revenue of $1.1 billion, 44% increase from 2020. Create Solutions brought in $326 million, an increase of 41%. Operate Solutions, their biggest segment, $709 million, an increase of 51%. So they're growing at a huge clip here, but their loss from operations was $530 million, or 48% of revenue, almost double what it was last year, $274 million, or 36% of revenue. So that's definitely one of the negatives of the company here. So Unity continues to expand its addressable market through strategic acquisitions and product innovations. So Unity's mission, they've always been focused on supporting artists, and that's continuing here. They want to make this a level playing field that everyone can get involved in. That's been the goal of the company since they were founded. They're bringing in all these additional features and collaborations. Like I said earlier, the Voyager Digital, they've got interactive data visualization, and most recently Ziva Dynamics. Unity aims to democratize access to some of artistry's most exclusive tools and services via the cloud. There's a bunch of other additions in this paragraph if you want to read the rest of that, but these initiatives expanded the company's total addressable market, increased its serviceable market, and strengthened the value of the Unity platform to customers. So all great to see, expanding their TAM, and these should all be big revenue drivers in the future and make Unity's platform more and more attractive to a greater number of artists. Unity's Operate solutions contributed to the stability and success of more than 200,000 games in 2021. Unity continued to expand market share within the top 1,000 mobile games in 2021. So as we said earlier, they have a big hold on the mobile gaming market, and that's a market that just continues to grow. And outside of gaming, there's a lot of use cases for Unity software. For example, Hyundai Motors and Unity partnered to connect a physical factory with its digital twin to enhance plant management, drive productivity, and innovate in the manufacturing process. eBay partnered with Unity to enable sellers to showcase the actual item they're selling in Unity's proprietary interactive 360-degree view. So lots of exciting things going on with this company here. And then their outlook for Q1 and also the rest of 2022, they're projecting 34 to 36% revenue growth, and they are still going to be operating at a loss. So hopefully we could see them get to profitability in 2023. Something else interesting to see here is the CEO, John Riccitiello. Sounds like he did not really have a great run at EA. You can take a look at his track record here. He's had, high management roles for many companies, and he resigned from EA. He was the CEO there from 2007 to 2013, resigned. It seems like the board of directors accepted his resignation because of the company's financial performance. So it doesn't sound like he did too well there, but then you look with Unity, he's been CEO since 2014, and he's overseen some funding rounds, and he also worked to get the Unity game engine into Oculus software development kit. And he's also led efforts to develop the use of Unity software beyond gaming, like we said, in these industries such as automotive design, construction, and filmmaking. So it seems like he's making some great moves here. I mean, the Oculus move is definitely huge. I mean, that's the future of metaverse gaming right there. And, getting into these other industries, it seems like he is making some good moves to the company here. So a couple other interesting things, then we'll take a look at their balance sheet. It's interesting to see that 25% of Unity's Create revenue was actually from non-gaming industries, and it's growing at a 70% rate. So great to see that there's application for Unity outside of gaming. This will just help strengthen the company and their total addressable market. I'd be very curious to see if Unity gets acquired. Just seeing Unity stock's market cap is around $32 billion right now. Microsoft trying to acquire Activision Blizzard. That's a company with a market cap of around $60 billion. I could definitely see this being a strong acquisition target for someone like Facebook. They're already working with Oculus, and it could help them just gain the edge. There's lots of talk that, Apple's going to release their goggles. They want to get into metaverse type stuff. Same with Google. And then, Microsoft will do what they do best, copy everybody else. But, those are all great companies, and it could become a very competitive field. Right now, Facebook has a clear lead, and that's my favorite metaverse stock pick. But I do have my eye on Unity. I don't own shares yet. I would like to see them become profitable first, as I don't really want to buy any more unprofitable companies. I've been down that road. I just don't want to buy unprofitable companies right now. I want to buy, strong assets. But as we can see here, Unity could be a good buy here. It reached a high of $200. It's down almost 50% from there. Coming off this strong earnings report, it got to sub 100, and then once these strong earnings came out, it came up 20% here. But I would be interested to see. I don't think it's unlikely that this company is acquired. It'd be interesting to see if the FTC will allow big tech to make any more of these big acquisitions. But seeing that the Activision deal will probably go through, then I wouldn't be surprised if companies like Unity are sought after next. So we take a look at their balance sheet here. Revenue of $315 million. So revenue of $315 million. Up pretty significantly over 2020, and their gross profit increased as well, but their total operating expenses increased tremendously as well. So they're actually losing even more money now than they were in 2020. A lot of this has to do with those acquisitions they made, stock-based compensation, which they're going heavily in on. So you could look at this on an adjusted basis and say, subtract the stock-based comp. As you can see, they're putting a lot into. Actually, R&D was their biggest segment here. They spent over $200 million on R&D, but it's what you got to do when you're a new company and you're trying to grow, take as much market share as you can. They're going to prioritize growth over profitability, but maybe we'll see profitability by 2023. And as I said, stock-based comp is another huge expense for this company. For the year, they spent $350 million on stock-based comp. This is what you got to do to stay competitive. You got to attract the best talent, and Obviously, they're not going to be able to pay them as much as big tech, and this is a strategy we're seeing with companies like Palantir too, just offering tremendous amounts of stock-based compensation, and you get people to buy in, and hopefully they stick around. So that's something they're just going to have to do, and hopefully they can reach profitability soon. So yeah, things to look out for. I would not be surprised to see this company get scooped up at a relatively low market cap here of only 30 billion. It's definitely going to be an enticing target for big tech, maybe someone like Facebook or Meta. Mobile gaming trends is just increasing each year, and Unity has a big hold on that market. So that's definitely a strong point for them. They're working to acquire more artists. The Weta Digital acquisition should help to bring many more people into their ecosystem. All the other acquisitions they made as well, only strengthening the company and what they can offer. So the real main issue I see here is that loss from operations is just increasing. They're going to have to become profitable eventually, so that's just something to keep an eye on. So let me know what you think of Unity stock in the comments below. Are you a fan? Why not? I'm not buying any at this time, but it's on my watch list, and it is tempting sometimes. But yeah, I'm just going to keep following the story here and see how it unfolds. So if you want to stay up to date on these metaverse stocks, don't forget to subscribe. Drop me a comment below. This is Vinny from the Investment Club, and I'll see you next time.